So, Season 2 got off to a mixed start, I think it's safe to say. Lots of transfers, some more popular than others, and it's a very mixed bag of results. We've not made the start I was kind of hoping for, but hopefully we will carry on today and get 8 wins out of 8. That's got to be the idea. Just as a heads up, there will be some graphic goalkeeping in today's episode. This is going to be at least PG. At least. No nudity. Yet. So, transfer deadline day out of the way, we made the trip to Kenilworth Road to take on recently relegated Luton Town. Bela Kotchap made his first start for the club, and I have to say, I was looking forward to this and really testing out just about where we are really in relation to some of the better teams in the league. Obviously, Luton getting relegated from the Premier League means that they are a decent team, and they proved that after 27 minutes where, unfortunately, Robinson scored, and guess what? It's at the near post. Sorry, this isn't the graphic goalkeeping. It was just not a very good bit of play there by Etienne Green. Luton nearly doubled their lead from Adebayo on the cusp of half-time, but we fortunately got away with it as he missed the target. In the 73rd minute, we kicked on a little bit in the second half, and we managed to get ourselves, I don't want to say a deserved equaliser, but it's a lovely little finish from Siine. I love that kind of almost roll across the ground finish into the far corner. Good link up between him and Alcaraz. They have a very decent understanding on that left-hand side. And actually, as the game went on, in the 89th minute, we did have a chance to win it. As you can tell here, Siine kind of mucking up the chance there after a lovely setup from Tell. But a good tackle there, letting Sambi the Congo, who just shot it straight into his man. Obviously, he was playing his former team in that. And we didn't come away with the win, but a credible 1-1 draw. Next up was a game at home to Huddersfield. One we really needed to win. Huddersfield are one of the poorer teams in the division, and we got off to an absolute flyer with Ken Siine hitting what is becoming a trademark curled finesse finish into the far corner from at least 20 yards out or so. Really good effort. We weren't done there. On the 30th minute, after things had calmed down slightly, we were completely dominant. Wharton lays a good ball into Matest Tell, and he scores yet again. Kind of playing a little bit of a back roll to Seema. These days, actually, as Tell. I thought he would kind of be the go-to man, but not to be. That is some graphic defending there from me. He has a header back that was just meant to be back to my defender, went over my defender's head and gave Luton a bit of a chance at 2-1. You could tell I was a little bit frustrated, but fortunately, Seema set up Mendoza, who came on for Tell, and he got another goal, his first for the club, if memory serves. And he actually played quite well in this game, Mendoza. You can see he actually starts the move here, back to Carter. That's a lovely ping across the pitch. I've been really impressed with Carter all the way through. As Cassius, the other substitute, tallies in Mendoza, and he gets his second, a brace for the young Brazilian striker. Hopefully Mendoza will be a good foil and a good backup for Tell and Seema if they're not around. We next made the trip to the Stoke City Stadium. I don't even know what it's called anymore. I don't know if it's the Bet365 or what it is. And it was a difficult game. Stoke have made a good start to the season. We absolutely romped away last year and won this game 5-1. We made a decent start by scoring there on the 24th minute, but it was actually a very dull game, and that was really the only action that happened. We got a very crucial 1-0 away win and a very rare clean sheet. I'm as surprised as you guys are. Not quite the 5-1 thrashing we gave them last year. Next up was Cardiff, and they've got Mate up front, who's just an absolute tank on this game, and he proved that 3 minutes. And I thought, we're in some decent form now. Unbeaten in a couple of games. Hopefully we'll be able to kind of pull it together. Absolutely not. And Cardiff became a bit of a sticking point here. It was a very open first half, which is kind of how we like it. Seema there just roasting his man for pace, going in down the right-hand side. He made it 1-1 just before the 20-minute mark. But Cardiff continuously proved to be a bit of a pain in the backside, to be honest, and we managed to get away from it here with a corner. Alcaraz, lovely little switch inside. Look at this for a ping, by the way. It almost lands directly at our player's feet, but Zimmerman makes a really good effort, makes a bit of a meal out of it. The defender makes a meal out of it under Zimmerman pressure. He feeds it to Tell, and Tell scores yet again. He had a very good day to that. I got away with not making a foul there with the Carter, who was yellow carded. I was very lucky. Unfortunately, though, I wasn't as lucky there as Aaron Ramsey, who has a very annoyingly good habit of scoring against me, managed to equalise pretty much straight after we scored, and it was another 2-2 draw. Just too many drop points going on at the moment, especially at home. But then we weren't to drop points away at Pride Park against Derby, who obviously got promoted from League One last year. Siine put them to the sword within 4 minutes. After that, Trevor Chalobah trying to get his first goal of the season and his first goal for the club. With a really good effort, they hit the bar, and he does a lovely little back heel there. And I didn't expect this. Ethan Laird, 25 yards out. It's an absolute rocket into the top corner. If your right back's doing that, you know you're beginning to get onto a good thing. Great finish by the young fullback. Really, really happy with him as a signing as well. I think he's a bit of an improvement on Rankin Castello, it's fair to say. Mendoza came on for Tell with the game pretty much wrapped up at 2-0, and he got his third goal in a few games. He's doing very, very well, and that wrapped up a lovely, comfortable 3-0 win. Don't know what happened to the white space there, if I'm honest. We just transcended space and time. This, though, was the real acid test, and this is where I'm going to give you the graphic goalkeeper warning. We hosted Sheffield United, top of the table, recently relegated from the Premier League, and this has got to go down as one of the most embarrassing performances I think I've ever put on in FIFA, especially on the channel. Avalos, who's top goal scorer in the league, got one after 3 minutes from a really poor back pass, and they just continued to keep the pressure on. Etienne Green made a really, really good save there, and on the 17th minute, answers on a postcard there as to what Etienne Green is thinking here. I'm not sure what's going on. It's obviously given us an own goal. It's a decent save. Well, it doesn't even save it. It just comes off a Carter, and you can tell Ethan Laird's got it. And Etienne Green just decides, you know what, I'm just going to kick it straight into him, 2 yards out. If anyone could explain that to me, that'd be great. And it was going to get worse. Half an hour in, with 3-0 down, as Cameron Archer gets his second of the game, we were taken to the absolute cleaners against Sheffield United here. I made a really, really, really bad start to the game. 3-0 down at half-time, embarrassing. I changed around the formation, brought on a couple of players to see if it would make a difference. Spoiler alert, it didn't. They went through again here on the 70th minute, Cameron Archer teeing it back. Koulibaly and Perot mucking about, and unfortunately they got caught on the ball again. Cameron Archer got himself a hat-trick, firing through at the near post, because apparently that is the biggest gap in all of history and time. And then, yeah, it was 5-0, and yeah, we called it there, 5-0. I even had to do a press conference afterwards to apologise and try and get some morale back, because that was a real kick in the nuts, if I'm honest, and completely unexpected. Don't get me wrong, we haven't been in flying form, but to lose 5-0 was not great. What was a good remedy, though, was going away to Carrow Road and taking a lead within 5 minutes. Prentice Tell there actually basically grazing and breaking his knees on the sliding over that. That'll have hurt. Good finish there. Him and Siine have probably been really the two of the bright sparks, along with Alcaraz. They've been really, really good so far this season. And Alcaraz teed in Siine here with a really, really good smart stop from Angus Gunn, and Tell just leaving him one on him there as well, which I really enjoyed. We dominated the first half completely. Tell here playing a really good ball into Siine, and I have to say that is about as unlucky as you get. He hits the base of the post, and then even the rebound doesn't go in. That's a proper tackle there. Have some of that. Unfortunately, it didn't do us any good, as Josh Sargent just I mean, yeah, Etienne Green has had 2 games. Just, I despair. What is that? What is that? I said in the last episode I wanted to keep faith with the youngsters, including Etienne Green. When he does stuff like that, it makes it really difficult. And unfortunately, Krizan, who's also I've only got a chance of getting the golden boot so far, got his second of the game there. Obviously, the first one was a gift. That one was a really decent finish into the far corner. And back-to-back defeats were to follow. We were lucky it wasn't free, really, as Sorensen hit it just wide. And, yeah, needed a bit of a dressing down. Things not going particularly well in the camp. A little bit of dissent. The crowd weren't happy. I'm not particularly happy with how the boys are playing. Unfortunately, we had the right mentality when we went back into this game with Plymouth, which became a must-win. We were really, really struggling in the league, sat in mid-table, not doing a lot. So I really upped the ante in this game, wanted to see a performance. And Heim wins the ball high up the pitch. I brought him back in, gave Bella Kotchap a rest, because I've not been that impressed with him. And that led to a lovely, lovely finish from Siine only after 15 minutes. And that set us off on a good path, really, within this game. I knew that this was going to be an opportunity for us to really kind of kick on and get the goal difference up, hopefully, if I played the way that I know that I can. Unfortunately, we did. Zimmerman comes down here on the right-hand side. Lovely little flick ball into Laird, who tees back to Zimmerman, and it's a great finish after half-time to make it 2-0, and that really wrapped the game up, to be honest. But we were all over Plymouth from the moment the game started, really. We could have been 3 or 4-0 up by the end of the first half. So the fact that it took us that long to get 2-0 up annoyed me a little bit, but we made up for lost time as Zimmerman tucked in his second of the game in 55 minutes after a lovely bit of football. Mendoza came on. He plays a lovely one to Smodix as well and gets Sabi Lakonga a goal. Lovely finish on his left hand, on his left foot. I always think he's left-footed, and he's actually not. He's right-footed, apparently, which I didn't realise. So he's probably not thanking me for playing him out on the left-hand side of the midfield all the time. But if you finish like that, mate, I'll be very, very happy. And a 4-0 win was exactly what we needed. Georgie Gent and Jordan Easton are going to be leaving the club, which is great because neither of them are going to play, although Jordan Easton could probably get a game ahead of Etienne Green at the moment. As we made the trip down to Bristol City, and Etienne Green finally made what feels like the first time he made a save all season, to be honest. A lovely little effort there from him to keep Bristol City out. And would we go and make the most of that? No. Tell missing the missing the goal there from about 4 yards out. It was a pretty dull game, all things considered. We got into the second half and things livened up a little bit here. As you can tell, Siine on the ball, trying to work an angle there into Sabi Lakonga, who finds Nathaniel Chalobah. Out to Zimmerman, back to Chalobah, and we're just waiting for the gap to appear. And it's a wonderful save by the goalkeeper to deny Tell. How he managed to save that, I will never know. It wasn't all our own way, though. Bristol City really put up a decent performance here, and we were finding it hard to break the deadlock. 80 minutes in, still no goals, but a breakaway. And if there's one man you want on the breakaway, it's Siine. You can tell he just absolutely does the Bristol City defence for pace. And it's a great finish to put us 1-0 up with only 10 minutes to go. Surely we would win. Surely. And wait for it. There it is. There's the turn. And there, of course not. 6 minutes later, 87th minute, they equalised. I was fuming. I was absolutely fuming. We bossed it the whole game, and yet just my inability to keep clean sheets comes back to haunt us yet again. Infuriating. And we had to walk away from Ashton Gate with a 1-1 draw. You can see there we're 11th in the table, which is just not where we want to be, especially not with a squad this good. You know, it's just not good enough. Could we bounce back against QPR and get ourselves a decent result? Zimmerman tees up Tell. Brilliant block by the defender there, you have to say. He made a really solid effort there as Chalobah, desperate to try and get himself a goal, hits over. We really went after them in this game for 30 minutes. You can tell there's probably a lot of anger in my performance. I was so frustrated by the amount of points I dropped in this episode by just taking the lead and then not being able just to hold on. As Siine there puts us 1-0 up just before half time with a lovely long range effort. It's becoming a bit of a thing of his. Actually, I have to say, I don't know what his long shots are, but they're very good. Zimmerman should have made it 2 there. How he didn't finish that, I will never know. I'm thinking about Zimmerman and maybe thinking about calling him Cinnamon. He's so sweet. He's like a cinnamon roll or a Zimmerman roll. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Good nickname? I think so. Siine, who's been arguably our best player of the season, top goal scorer for us, and chasing down goal and boot made it 2-0. And I have to say, after that, we really kicked on. We dominated the first half, and then we really kicked into second gear, though, and just became a little bit more clinical in the second. Again, Tell looking to feed in Siine. This would have been one of my favourite goals had it gone in, but of course, it just clips the bar. I love a little chip finish, and unfortunately, we couldn't get it there, but only a few minutes later, Matisse Tell made it 3-0 with a lovely cutback from our crowds. That front three really works well together. And Siine went in on goal and was actually fouled. I thought that he just hit it wide and the foul was sort of afterwards, so I didn't think it was going to be given. But we got a chance to get a penalty. It might be our first of the series, and Siine tucked it away to get himself a hat-trick. 4-0. All we need is a clean sheet. Of course not. Dazelle made it 4-1, which I really didn't appreciate, if I'm honest. I just really wanted a clean sheet. Even when I'm defensively really solid, I always have a habit of conceding one. Mendoza made it 5, and we didn't just concede 1. In the end, we ended up conceding 2 as Dazelle goes through a guy on goal again here, plays into Landon Dykes, and he finished and make it 5-2. Didn't affect the result, just really bad habits of just continuously conceding stupid goals when we didn't need to. Zimmerman, who I have to say I've become really impressed with, did get his goal, which he's been threatening to do really all day, and made it 6 just before the end. So a bit of a good finish there, really. An absolute barnstorming 6-2 win. but at the same time, a little disappointed that we keep conceding the goals. That pushed us up into 7th, and that is obviously where we will finish. I'm going to try and get through at least 8 games an episode at the moment, but you can tell there are 35 goals scored, 36 goals scored, 23 conceded. The defence is just letting me down. It's just not enough. When you consider Bournemouth have scored 2 less and have only conceded 18, it's ridiculous, mind you. That was the Sheffield United result. Sheffield United have only conceded 10, and they are clearly the ones that we all need to catch. I'm not too far for the playoffs, but there's a bit of a gap between myself and Bournemouth, 12 points to be exact, so we've got a long way to go if we want to get into that automatic promotion spot. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comment section about how we're going, what happened in the Sheffield United defeat. Give Essien Green's goalkeeping performance a rating out of 10, or from a rating of 0 to -10 if you prefer. I've never seen anything quite like a couple of the goals that we've conceded today. I thought I couldn't hit new depths in terms of how bad the goalkeeping is on FIFA, but it's pretty bad. It's EA Sports FC, it's not FIFA anymore, mate. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed it. You know what to do. If you have, leave a like, share, subscribe, please. And until I see you again, take care of yourselves, everyone, and stay cool. Bye.